Well, how about a little bit of real content instead of me complaining? I'm going to Google to see if I can rehydrate leather. I've heard somebody use lemon oil. And the reason I want to rehydrate this is because I found a knife made by Western. I think it's an F36. It's a leather stacked handle with this kind of trumpet pommel. And if I can save this leather, because the knife that I found that's like this has a really nice leather stacked leather handle and a trumpet pommel, and it would go with this. I tried finding a 701, 702, or 703, but they are so incredibly expensive because they're rare that I'll never be able to afford one. So I'm going to Google to see if I can rehydrate this, if there's a common thing that I'm not aware of that makes leather absorb, oil or something and go back to its original size. If not, I'll do this over. But here we are, fixing to sand that. I got my little sander here, got some paper. I'm gonna sand that. I'm gonna sand this, and then I'm painting them. They call it OSHA red. I'm calling it fire engine red, and that is the red right there. Okay, let's have a little content, okay, shall we? You ready to get to work? Well, I may have waited too long to try and save this. I'm gonna try to sand down below some of these cracks. Let's see, this is 100 grit. I was trying to do this with 180, that was that one. So let's see if it'll come down a little more with some 100 grit. I only got like 4 of them, so we'll see. Yeah, okay, that's gonna work. I'll probably use up what I got on this, but I won't need the that heavy paper on this. I could probably go 180, 220 on this just fine, because it hasn't been exposed to the weather that this one has. This was a sewing table for my wife so she could sew outside on the front porch. And then it got repurposed, and then it got moved over to another area that frequently had rain blow up underneath it. And next thing you know, it's weathered like this. But I think I can save it and put some good oil. But this is oil-based, by the way. So this will be just fine. All right, I'm gonna keep sanding. Man, did that take some sanding. I used all that paper. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sanding discs. And the thing is, I had to get down below the polyurethane because I don't think the oil base will stick to synthetic poly. All right, I'm gonna turn it over. I'm gonna paint the bottom first and then paint the top. Well, I'm taking a little break, and while I was taking a little Mountain Dew break, I Googled about rehydrating dried shrunken leather, and on a leather forum, several people agreed that soaking it in neat's foot oil will expand the leather, moisturize the leather, rehydrate the leather. So I just ordered some neat's foot oil, and I had $12 of I guess you'd say points on my credit card that I use on Amazon. And the thing was only $9, so basically it's free. A little bottle of neat's foot oil, I think it was 8 ounces. 8 ounces will tell me if it will work or not. And what they say is to rub it on liberally and set it in the sun so it seeps all down in the cracks and crevices. So I really hope it does, because I really want to maintain the initial components of this. I don't want to have to add any. And I have tried, I mean, if I have to, I will. If I don't do wood, I will. These pins will not knock out. You have to drill them out and then come back with new pins. And these are not a standard, they're not 1/8 inch, they're like 3/32. So drill them out and then drill everything out to 1/8 inch, because I have 1/8 inch pins. And, cut my own leather and go back. I mean, I've never done it, but it's something I'm pretty sure I can do. Okay. Just like, maintaining a checking account without going over my balance, a simple thing. I still think about, what a dummy. I can't believe I did that. And thank God my bank, didn't penalize me. They said, as long as you get some cash in the bank by 6 p.m., it's no problem. So I did. I had some cash in my wallet, and I ran up there and put it in the bank. Anyway, I drank my Coke, and probably put, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to flip it over, and I'll put it on one of them. I got something around here I can set it on. Oh, yeah, a stool. I have a mechanic stool here. And I'm going to paint the bottom first. I'm even going to paint the legs. Why not? I made this. I've had it forever. And I think I can save it and make it look nice, and it'll be here when I'm dead. All right, first coat. If the sun would stay out, I'm not complaining. It's nice, cool day. Very nice out here. But if the sun was out, I'd set this out in the sun. I just want to tell you about this non-chemical, save the environment paint thinner that's ruined the paintbrush. Not even taking the oil off. So I'm gonna throw all this away and use a brand new paintbrush on my next one. But it's green. Well, I know what I'll be doing tomorrow. Come out really nice, really nice. You wouldn't even be able to tell where the dent was and where they've blended the paint. I mean, it's just absolutely perfect. That took a long time, and we're really starting to get mad. But it's done, and it's good. So tomorrow, I'll be putting this on. And let me show you what I got on my solar cart. I took the pressure washer to it, but I let it go too long. It's going to require a lot more elbow grease to sand it and clean it up and get it to hold paint. All right, I'm fixing to put coat number 2 on this. It's dry enough for a second coat. I'm going to set it out in the sun. I did pressure wash. My pressure washer, I have had that thing like 32 or 33 years. That's a long time to have an engine. Only a couple things. I had to replace the pump once, and the muffler fell off. I had to weld the muffler back together. Anyway, this is what happened. It's not perfect, but I did blast a lot of the mildew off. I'm gonna go ahead, there's no way around it. I'm gonna have to sand it. And I had flipped it over, and I went to pick it up. I broke this off, but there's enough left to keep the oven in there. So I may get to sanding this today. I don't know. Charlie's gonna want me. Tomorrow I got my Friday morning, 9:30, I got an appointment to go get my my hangnail cut out. And it's still hurting this morning. Why is it when something hurts, you bump it constantly? This morning, very first thing I did getting out of bed was bump my toe. And, you know, had to spend the next 10 minutes weeping. Alrighty, I'm gonna paint this. I got some acetone in there, and it evaporates fast, so I didn't leave it open. So I'll be able to save my brush. They're cheap, you know, dollar brushes, but I don't want to have to use them up. So here we go. Second coat, and then get the sanding on this here. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna sand, and then I'm gonna put a coat inside here, back here, the back of this, and then I'll leave it open for a couple of days until because tomorrow afternoon I'm gonna be putting Charlie's fender on her bike, and I have a light that I'm gonna be putting on mine. And what else? I don't know. If there's time, I may mow Bev's yard. And I don't know yet. I'll know tomorrow for sure what I'm gonna do. I know that Charlie's not gonna let me escape the day without putting her fender back on, but it's not a quick thing. I mean, there's a lot of trim, a little tiny bits and pieces. There's some wiring I gotta do, because to get the light off, there's no plugs. So I cut the wires, and I'll have to splice them back together and use little tiny couplers. Alrighty, let me get paint on. Let me get the paint on. It's afternoon. It's like 1:30. The guy that brought the fender over to us, the insurance guy, spent about an hour and a half talking. Nice guy, really nice guy. But, you know, our time is limited too. this side from here up. I'll turn it around and get the back side. I was going to paint this, but I don't think, because it's just going to take too long. This is soaking wet here, and I can't paint that, so why bother? I am going to sand the top. Anyway, let me get this new pad and turn this around and continue. Okay, that's mostly sanded. I'm gonna take this off and put a new piece on here. Got that sanded pretty good. Now I need to take the wheels off, flip it over, get the inside of the legs, maybe hit the bottom up this way. I don't know what it looks like under there, but all right, wheels off, that's next. And then I'll have it sanded today, but it's getting kind of late. So I'm probably not gonna start painting this till, I don't know, Saturday, Sunday. I've got, you know, tomorrow's doctor, and then I gotta put Charlie's fender on, and that's a lengthy thing because I got wiring to do, and it's gotta be done absolutely right and waterproof. So that's gonna take the rest of the day. All right, I don't know, so maybe Saturday. Have a good one, y'all. Have a good Friday.